guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive 717. I am back with another video. I hope everyone's doing incredibly well, guys. So I've been getting these beautiful rushes, I guess, of fall energy coming through, and I know we still have a bit of summer left, and I'm not trying to push summer away, although I cannot wait for the first snowfall. I wanted to share a bit of that energy with you guys, okay? Because I'm feeling the masculine energy a lot of like holding on to the feminine. I think this is going to be a romantic reading, so I just want to let you guys know right from the heads up that we'll be focusing a little bit more on that aspect, because I'm feeling the masculines coming through. Like I'm feeling that they're being a lot more open to receiving love, receiving experiences with the divine feminine. So it's pushing them to reach out more. Like they're just feeling that energy of wanting love. They want to experience romantic love and connection. And for many of them, this like ghosting and coming back and forth, and many of the divine feminines, you know, kind of wondering like why it happens when you may not have done anything negative to affect the ghosting. It's not really necessarily what you might be doing negatively. It's the fact that you're embodying unconditional love is enough to make your masculine ghost you. Because a lot of the times when you feel that energy, it's triggering. Like for some people, love means pain, right? When they hear about love, it's like right away they think, oh yeah, right, okay, whatever, who cares? Being in love, yeah, okay. That type of energy, right? But the divine feminine is not. Like the masculine interacted with her, and she really was an embodiment of like sweet, soulful, kind energy. And I think like fall is bringing them into this peace, this knowing that it's like, that's what I want. I want comfort is what I'm getting. So I wanted to dip into the Literary Witches Tarot and just see what he's got on his mind right now about what kind of action he wants to take towards this connection, okay? Because I feel like fall is going to be a really beautiful time of many of your masculines telling you things that you've never heard them say before. They're becoming stronger as well. I think I noticed the lion here too just now. Yeah. So as I open it up, I see the lion, and I know everyone's talking about like the Lion's Gate. I know I even posted a lion video on my community page. But I feel like many of the masculines are, oh, what was this card here? Mushrooms. Like, yeah, even like with this growth, like expansion is what I get with this mushroom. Because I don't know if you guys have ever seen what mushroom roots look like under the ground, but they are huge. Like they expand out a lot. And so like, that's what I feel each year that passes by, whether during the year you guys might have had some crazy tower moments, some dark nights, it doesn't mean that like crazy amounts of change aren't happening at a soul level. If it's happening to you, divine feminine, it's happening to your masculine, and vice versa. You know, take the energy as to how you resonate with it at the core, with your counterpart as well. But I feel like primarily for the masculine energy, they want love, they want connection, they want to experience what that's like. And so many of them are starting to step up and kind of clear the way, you know, because, yeah, I here as well coming up, okay? I feel like this I is like awakening, becoming more authentic. So we're not afraid to speak our truth, even if it means some people are going to look at us or distance themselves from us or have something to say. Many of your masculines are becoming fierce when it comes to drawing boundaries with other people, especially when it comes to this connection with their divine feminine, because it's coming up more and more. The feminine is being talked about more and more in the divine masculine's life. And whether the feminine knows it or not, like let's say your masculine is silent or staying away, many of them are doing it out of, they don't want to cause drama because they know the divine feminine has this energy of like honesty, integrity, like she will just speak her truth. And so I feel like a lot of your masculine circle is aware of this as well, which is why many of them would never come forward like that. But I think it's more of like the masculine feeling like he has to initiate these changes now and kind of like get respect of the pride. I don't know why I'm getting that, but gain respect of the pride so that when he's able to just move about and do what it is he wants to do, which his main goal is to like expand with the feminine here. He wants to create new memories, like bond more deeply with you. And I feel like right now I'm getting this energy of like a lion kind of huffing and puffing because he does not want anyone to get in the way of his fall plans. And I feel like that fall energy is coming through as like nurturing and protective and bonding and being cozy together. And, you know, a lot of your sexual energy as well, maybe turning into, rather than like raw, it might be becoming more like passionate, like especially with the lion here and the mushroom card of, like I feel like enlightenment too with the mushroom, like taking us to higher realms. He's thought about his feminine so much. Like he's had like awakenings, like visions of you guys. Like he could be working and bam, in the middle of the day, he's caught up in a daydream of him and his feminine. And I feel like before, while he was working through this connection, he would picture her very intimately, but it would be more of like raw type of like sexual connection. But now it's more of like fantasizing, cuddling with her, like the Ace of Cups from this deck. Or is it the Ace of Cups? No, Ace of Wands. You know, where they're like cuddling by the fireplace and she has like a pregnant belly. I feel like that's what he thinks about now. Like, and he's kind of going nuts. Like, what the heck am I spending my day thinking about? But again, they're allowing themselves to be a little bit more free, you know. Many of your masculines too, like let's say you guys are communicating or you might feel it spiritually. Like they want to work up the courage to ask you to spend like a weekend with them. And I really do feel like for some reason this has to do with like fall, winter time. Okay, so let's go ahead and dig into the Tarot of Sexual Magic here and just see what kind of comes up here when it, just comes to his thoughts and fantasies about his feminine. Because we already know he doesn't want anybody to stand in the way. Like, I feel like he's becoming very clear on what it is he wants. He sees for himself that even without her in his space, and many of the divine feminines have stepped into that empress energy where you're sitting down and you are just allowing things to unfold. And this is what is unfolding here. You know, your masculine seeing things very clearly, and it's pushing him into this energy more of just accepting this journey from a place of like, I don't really care what anybody says. Like, the only time I ever feel this euphoric is around her, and I'm going for it. And he knows that that's connecting with you like through touch. So, yeah, let's see what else wants to come out. Okay, I'll take what's at the top of the deck, what's at the bottom here, and cut it right through the middle. Okay, so right away, I'm noticing this Seven of Cups card here. Okay, so I feel like the turtle signifies like, you know, slow and passionate lovemaking is what's on his mind. This is the fantasies that he kind of blanks out with during the day. And he wants you to know that, like, at the end of the day, like, it's not what you think. Like, it's this feeling of like being around you. I become euphoric. Even with the mint leaves there on the pillow, it's like a cat eating catnip. That's how the masculine feels around you, divine feminine. So you guys should Google what a cat looks like while they're on catnip. That's what he feels like when he thinks about the divine feminine. Okay, and things have had to take its time too on this journey. Like, I think I mentioned that at the beginning where I said just certain lessons had to be learned, certain things had to unfold. He had to kind of see through things because I feel like a lot of the feminines too are like, it's a 50-50 kind of effort on this journey, this give and take, reciprocity. And so she had learned enough of that in order to just kind of sit down in her empress energy. And now that she has, I feel like many of the masculines just can't get enough. You know, they really just can't get enough of her. They can't get enough of thinking about her and fantasizing about her. And I feel like now they want to make a move. And this move that they're going to make with the 5 energy is going to cause disruptions. It is going to cause a little bit of chaos. But I feel like he's got this sword here. He's ready. you know, the divine mirror here, the divine mirror, sorry guys, just the mirror image. I feel like he's looked in that mirror so many times and felt his feminine's energy. You know, when you kind of wash your face at the bathroom mirror and you look in the mirror and you kind of take a deep breath, like, oh gosh, I really like feel overwhelmed in this moment. He thinks about his feminine as the only thing that helps him feel soothed. You know, even with the couple there outside of the window, I feel like, again, that's like this type of energy, right? Fantasizing about her. He might be like at the office here, just looking out the window, thinking about you guys in the field, under the tree with the shade. You know, we also have the Judgment card here coming up, and I feel like that goes well with the Lion card because, again, a lot of them are having to draw boundaries. I feel like they know that the connection is connected by a red string, that no matter how much they try to run or pretend that this connection isn't there, that it is causing a certain type of chaos and disruption in their lives. And these are serious changes that we're facing, guys. No one said this twin flame journey was going to be easy, or that, you know, the romance and the sexual chemistry was going to make all of the problems go away. You know, at the end of the day, when that flame kind of sizzles and it wants to get reignited, in the meantime, many of us are going through the realities of what it takes to make our twin flame connection happen. And your masculine is seeing that very clearly. He now has a lot of respect for the feminine and what she's had to go through and the changes that she's had to make in her own personal life in order to come towards him. And I feel like the more that she's done that in her own life by initiating a separation and, you know, going about her coins and being passionate about what she does, being of service to the world, it's really made the masculine, I hate to say step up to the plate, because I feel like that's really like they're always there. They're always at the plate type of thing. But he just was waiting for like her signal type of thing. You know, I feel like both of you take turns awakening certain lessons in each other, and certain cycles will continue to repeat until one of you is like, no, I need to do something completely different here. And oftentimes for many of the twin flames, it's letting go. It's letting go to see what that does. And I feel like the feminine has mastered this letting go energy because of the Temperance card. I feel like she's cool and calm, and she fills her cup, and, you know, the beautiful swans are flying off here in the background, because nature and the beauty of nature and the beauty of cycles and how things work always remind this divine feminine that all is well on her twin flame journey. You know, things have to be planted and to grow. Like many of you have, you know, gotten into gardening and things like that. I know you've shared with me through emails and on the Patreon platform, and I always urge you guys to get into gardening as a practice, because it really does teach us that patience of something starting off sometimes so small and then taking the time to grow the more you nurture it. And sometimes we might see the plant as our masculine, and sometimes we end up seeing that plant as ourselves, you know, and we don't want anything to get in the way of harming this little plant. We just want to nurture it every day with water and sunlight, and to make sure that it grows, right? It's the best thing to see a beautiful cucumber in your garden. And that's a special shout out to my Lenice from Patreon, the mega crew. You know, seeing a beautiful flower blossom after it was just, you know, a little kind of shrub with, you know, one little shoot and a tiny bud. You know, to see it blossom, oftentimes it does force us to get into this Temperance energy here. I feel like this is what the Queen of Swords looks like after she's like done some serious work in the physical world. In terms of cutting people out, it's like even her filling her cup there, she knows that's exactly what happens when she makes harsh calls in her reality in order to bring about change. You know, it's like she's gone through this lion energy as well, and kind of roared, and it's like that's the signal the masculine was listening for. All right, so we have the Strength card and the Tower card coming up as well. So, you know, I feel like the Strength card too is, like, I know it's a boar in the traditional tarot here that she's kind of overcoming, but I want to pair it up with the lion, because a lot of the times in the traditional one, I think it's a lion as well, in the Rider-Waite. But I feel like many of your masculines weren't expecting you to come through with this type of energy, divine feminine. And if many of you always have questions about like ghosting and things like that, like these are some of the reasons why ghosting happens, right? You know, when it comes to masculine and feminine energy, a lot of the times your masculine will be, you know, that version of you, and you will be that version of him in the opposite energy. And it can sometimes scare you guys, you know, but I feel like in this card, this is his feminine not being afraid of whatever side she sees of him, that she's able to like conquer his insecurities is what I get, you know, like if he sees himself as a beast type of thing, it's like she enforces that strong, what I'm getting out of this card is like taking away the toxic masculine traits and actually through their push and pull showing him what actual masculine traits are, especially when it comes to being very like protective and nurturing in his own way. You know, she's really pointed a lot of these things out. Many of your masculines are so thankful for these lessons, and it makes you more attractive to them, feminine, because they see you as someone that they can grow with and birth with. Okay, and to end off this reading here, we do have the Tower card. I'm not going to flash that one too much. But I feel like the Tower card's coming up because, you know, it's inevitable when the divine masculine gets epiphanies or experiences changes in his own life where all he wants to do is move towards the feminine. Tower moments are falling all around him at this point, but it's happening for a reason. It's because he needed to see who was like for him and who wasn't. I feel like many of your masculines are starting to wake up to lessons of loving his divine feminine, and it's like whoever has a problem with that has a problem with me, because I feel him saying like, if I'm telling you this is what makes me happy and you're still opposing, you know, what it is I'm telling you I want, then you know, you're not for me type of thing. And he's questioning that more, especially with people that are closest to him. I feel like he's tried to kind of subtly hint to people around him that, you know, I can't stop thinking about this connection for some reason. And instead of being encouraged to say, well, you should pursue that, or why don't you reach out and see what it's about, or say how you feel, he's kind of been met with like a lot of negativity towards that, and maybe people judging the divine feminine in certain ways because again, like some of you might read tarot, or again, some of you might believe in like spirituality or angels, or you might be like Reiki healers, and then depending on like your divine masculine's upbringing, his family or friends or whoever's close to him might be like conditioning him to see you as weird or creepy or someone out to like deceive people or whatever the case is. But I feel like many of the divine feminines, because you've been in that empress energy and that strength card as well, you've proven yourself, right? Which is why the judgment card is here. It's like they wanted to call you weird, and then you started experiencing so much success. You know, I feel like a lot of you who have channels as well, that your divine masculine will come on and read the comments, and a lot of people that he knows as well will do that. And they see that people are thankful for you sharing this information rather than seeing you in the way that his people are seeing you, right? It's like there's people out there that you're actually making a difference for by sharing your time and energy. And that's a lot of you out there who, you know, have your channels, and I've recommended your own channels too. And, you know, those of you who have messaged me to say thank you, and I've started my own channel, you know, that's for a lot of you out there who are just kind of, again, getting up and doing your own thing, and you're moving on with your own purpose. That's making you so attractive to your masculines. So yeah, allow the lessons to occur for him. Like I feel like, again, with this lion energy coming through, your masculines are so capable, and they're so much more aware on a soul level about this journey than we realize, and there's so much divine guidance and help around them that help them to see it, other than us needing to constantly remind them or explain or whatever the case is. There's always divine guidance and protection around the masculines for them to see. So many of them are really going to be initiating contact and communication, and I don't see a lot of them taking no for an answer. Like they're going to be consistent there and be behind you with this energy of like feeling like you're being chased, feminines. So yeah, enjoy it, guys. All right. I look forward to fall, and I might probably share another reading, which will be just strictly a sexual energy reading. But yeah, just definitely for this romance reading, your masculines are really wanting to be with you, okay? Be with you deeply, intimately, hold your hand, like kiss you. All of that like sweet romantic stuff that, honestly, to be honest with you guys, I don't think they've ever really experienced with other partners. I get many of them are really excited and eager to do that with you guys. All right, take care and I'll speak to you soon. Bye guys.